It is since forever that people have been dreaming about an eternal life. From antiquity to now, scientists and doctors, called alchemists, have been looking for the medicine against every illness which procures an eternal life. It has been finally discovered. Dr. Raoult and his team shared us the secret of this revolutionary discovery.
A few years ago, my mom died, and I realized that life is short, and I didn't want to end up like my poor mom. So I asked myself, why would you content yourself to live 90 years as the world has so much to offer me? I first reviewed my predecessors' alchemists' work, but it wasn't satisfying enough, cause it was mostly based on myths and non-scientific past. Then I reoriented my research on the present world, and I found what I was looking for: the only immortal organism on Earth, the Conan bacteria. After I gathered my many samples of this wonderful organism, I started many experiences over the past few years that led me to create the lycée in 2017, an actual long life elixir.
It is in the Raoult National Lab, also called RNL, located in Marseille, that the famous doctor has started his research. Scientists from around the world fastly joined the process, like Professor Mayou, a Canadian doctor that agreed to explain us in exclusivity their lab activity that brings that little organism to an edible medicine.
The Conan bacterium that we studied the few past years is one of the most radio-resistant organisms known in the world. Indeed, it resists to ionizing radiation, to the interstellar void, to dryness, to hunger, to also extreme temperature. Among all its abilities, we really focused on the resistance to dryness. It wasn't getting old like ours. Then we spent a few years to looking for the precise to include the specificity to the most viral cells of the human body to stop its dryness. This new substance mixed with other, permitting the integration to the human body, C5O, Na86 and N, or else lycée is nowadays able to not make immoral but to extend the life to a desired duration.
Once the medicine has been known, the oldest and biggest wealth in the world rush to get it. However, the most famous and surprising one is the Queen Elizabeth II, which explained her old age when she passed out. But the question is still remaining. Why did she die last September?
Yes, Queen Elizabeth was the first worldwide use of lycée. I remember she has to take the pill every single day right after dinner since her first illness in 2018. My job was to prepare the mixture because there are no pills available in the market, so we bought the powder freshly out of the lab, and I had to wrap it into a takeable pill because of it was so disgusting to drink, so royal family especially hired me to make the pill with a chocolate aftertaste. Thanks to this, she could have a really long existence. She had a really long existence, but she think it was enough for her. She was bored of life, especially since her favorite grandson, left. So she wanted to die, but she wanted to stay until her platinum jubilee. It was for a responsibility close to British people. So she stayed until her platinum jubilee, and as the lycée take a few words to disappear in the organism, she stopped right to to take the pills and she died a few weeks later at her favorite place, Balmoral Castle in Scotland, on 8th of September. Rest in peace, Elizabeth Queen.
The Queen is just an example among others, but the Lius Vitemol still has a complicated fabrication process, which means only the richest person in the world will be able to buy it. But as the youth elixir has just been discovered, it turns out to be the new main factor of injustice. Indeed, many researchers and sociologists are worried about the path humanity is about to take. According to modern philosophy, death is the only place where we are all equals. And so, how about a world in which death is an obligation for the common of the mortal and the decision for the 0.003% left? Afin de réaliser cette vidéo, nous avons dans un premier temps écrit les différents textes de la voix off puis des personnages, puis défini un scénario avec les documents iconographiques que nous voulions qui soient en fond. Puis nous avons fait un montage vidéo en associant les différents documents audio aux documents vidéo. Pour ça, on a aussi emprunté sur Google des vidéos, notamment celle de l'interview du Dr Raoult, à laquelle on a ajouté la voix d'un de nous, et surtout des images, dont de nombreuses caricatures et graphiques, afin d'illustrer les propos tenus durant cette fake news.